Before you even think about firing up that excavator-mounted hydraulic vibratory hammer, there's crucial prep work to be done. This ain't like mowing your lawn on a Saturday morning. We're talking heavy machinery with the potential for serious consequences if things go south. First things first, a thorough inspection of the work area. Look for anything that could pose a danger: power lines, underground utilities, unstable ground, you name it. Remember, safety starts with awareness. Next up, personal protective equipment or PPE. And I'm not just talking about a hard hat and safety glasses, although those are non-negotiable. We're talking gloves, steel-toed boots, high-visibility vests, the whole 9 yards. This gear is your last line of defense, so treat it with respect. Finally, before you even think about swinging that hammer, make sure everyone involved is on the same page. A pre-work safety briefing is crucial. Discuss the day's tasks, potential hazards, and most importantly, emergency procedures. Remember, communication is key when it comes to safety. Alright, so we've covered the prep work. Now let's talk about getting those sheets in the ground. First up, attaching the sheet to the hammer. You'll want to use a heavy-duty steel sling and make sure it's secured properly. Double-check everything because a loose sheet is a recipe for disaster. With the sheet secure, it's time to position it using the excavator. This takes a steady hand and a keen eye. Line it up carefully, because once that hammer starts vibrating, there's no room for error.
Start slow and steady, gradually increasing the vibration until the sheet starts to sink. And remember, keep a safe distance. This ain't a spectator sport.
Throughout the entire process, keep your eyes peeled for any signs of trouble. Excessive vibration, shifting ground, anything that seems out of place. If you see something, say something. It's always better to err on the side of caution. Removing sheets might seem like a simple reversal of the installation process, but don't let that fool you. It requires just as much care and attention to detail. The first step is to loosen the sheet by reversing the vibrating process. Start slowly, gradually increasing the vibration until the sheet breaks free.
Once the sheet is loose, you can use the excavator's hydraulic arm to lift it clear of the ground. Again, slow and steady wins the race. No jerking or sudden movements.
Remember, we're dealing with heavy materials here, and momentum is not your friend. With the sheet safely lifted, it's time to move it to a designated safe area. This is usually a flat, stable surface well away from the work zone. Make sure the area is clear of any obstacles or tripping hazards, and that's it. Sheet removed safely and efficiently. Remember, the key is to take your time, follow the proper procedures, and never let your guard down. Let's talk about some of the common unsafe acts and conditions that can turn a routine operation into a disaster. First up, complacency. Just because you've done this 100 times doesn't mean you can afford to let your guard down. Every job, every sheet, every lift is different. Stay focused, stay alert.
Next, rushing the job. Time is money, sure, but not at the expense of safety. Don't let pressure to meet deadlines compromise your judgment. Take the time to do things right, even if it means pushing back.
Another common hazard is improper communication. Make sure everyone on the team is on the same page. Use clear hand signals, two-way radios, whatever it takes to ensure everyone is aware of what's going on.
Finally, let's talk about fatigue. Operating heavy machinery is demanding work, both physically and mentally. If you're tired, take a break. No job is worth risking your well-being or the well-being of your co-workers.
Now let's dive into some specific hazards associated with operating an excavator-mounted hydraulic vibratory hammer, and most importantly, the control measures we can put in place to mitigate those risks.
First and foremost, falling objects. We're talking heavy sheets, tools, equipment, anything that can come crashing down with enough force to cause serious injury or even death.
The solution? Hard hats are a must, of course, but we can also implement exclusion zones around the work area, ensuring no one is standing beneath suspended loads.
Rigging and lifting procedures should be followed meticulously, with regular inspections of slings, shackles, and other lifting gear.
Then there's the risk of being struck by moving machinery. Excavators are powerful machines with a lot of moving parts, and it's all too easy to get caught in the swing radius.
That's why clear communication between the operator and ground crew is crucial. Backup alarms and flashing lights on the excavator can also help alert workers to its movements.
Noise and vibration are other hazards that can't be ignored. Prolonged exposure can lead to hearing loss, fatigue, and other health problems.
The solution? Ear protection is a no-brainer. But we can also explore engineering controls like using vibration dampening equipment or scheduling noisy work during less sensitive times.
Safety on a construction site is not a one-man job.
It's a team effort, with everyone from the operator to the ground crew playing a crucial role.
Let's break down those roles and responsibilities, ensuring everyone understands their part in creating a safe work environment.
First up, the excavator operator.
This individual is the captain of the ship, responsible for operating the machine safely and efficiently.
They need to be properly trained and certified, with a thorough understanding of the excavator's capabilities and limitations.
They also need to be in constant communication with the ground crew, using clear hand signals or two-way radios to coordinate movements.
Then there's the ground crew.
These are the folks working alongside the excavator, guiding the sheets into place, attaching and detaching slings, and generally keeping things running smoothly.
They need to be equally vigilant, maintaining a safe distance from the excavator's swing radius and always wearing appropriate PPE.
But it's not just about the folks on the ground. Supervisors play a vital role in ensuring safety protocols are followed. They need to conduct regular site inspections, identify potential hazards, and ensure workers have the necessary training and equipment.
And let's not forget about safety managers.
These individuals are responsible for developing and implementing safety programs, conducting safety audits, and investigating accidents and near misses.
They play a crucial role in creating a culture of safety on the job site.
Safety officers, you've got a tough job, but someone's got to do it. You're the eyes and ears on the ground, making sure everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. To help you stay on top of things, here's a handy checklist to run through before, during, and after every shift. Pre-operation PPE check. Ensure all workers are wearing appropriate PPE, including hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, and steel-toed boots. No exceptions. Equipment inspection. Thoroughly inspect the excavator, hammer, slings, shackles, and all other equipment for any signs of damage or wear and tear. If it's not in good working order, it doesn't get used. Site assessment. Walk the job site and identify any potential hazards, such as overhead power lines, underground utilities, or unstable ground. Mark these areas clearly and communicate the risks to the crew. Safety briefing. Conduct a pre-shift safety meeting with the entire crew, discussing the day's tasks, potential hazards, and emergency procedures. Make sure everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. During operation, maintain exclusion zones. Ensure exclusion zones are established around the excavator's swing radius and other hazardous areas. No one should be working or standing within these zones. Monitor communication. Observe the communication between the operator and ground crew, ensuring clear and concise signals are being used. Any miscommunication should be addressed immediately. Watch for unsafe acts. Keep an eye out for any unsafe acts or conditions, such as workers not wearing PPE, using equipment improperly, or taking unnecessary risks. Address these issues immediately and provide appropriate training or corrective action. Regular equipment checks. Conduct regular checks of the excavator, hammer, and other equipment throughout the shift to ensure everything is functioning properly. Post-operation secure equipment. Ensure the excavator and hammer are properly secured and shut down at the end of the shift. Debriefing. Conduct a brief post-shift debriefing with the crew, discussing any safety concerns, near misses, or lessons learned. Documentation. Document any safety observations, incidents, or near misses. This information is valuable for identifying trends and improving safety protocols in the future. Remember, safety is a continuous process, not a one-time event. By staying vigilant and proactive, we can create a work environment where everyone goes home safe and sound.
We've talked a lot about safety precautions and best practices, but sometimes the most powerful lessons come from real-life experiences. So let's take a look at some past accidents and near misses involving excavator-mounted hydraulic vibratory hammers, and most importantly, what we can learn from them. One all-too-common incident involves sheets being improperly secured, resulting in them coming loose and falling during operation. In one case, a worker was seriously injured when a sheet slipped from its sling and crashed to the ground. The investigation revealed that the sling had not been properly inspected and was showing signs of wear and tear. The takeaway? Never cut corners when it comes to rigging and lifting. Always inspect your equipment and follow proper procedures. Another common cause of accidents is inadequate communication between the operator and ground crew. In one instance, a worker was struck by the excavator's bucket when the operator swung it around without warning. The investigation found that the ground crew member had not been paying attention and the operator had assumed the area was clear. The lesson here is crystal clear. Communication is paramount. Always maintain visual contact with the operator, use clear hand signals, and never assume anything. And then there's the issue of complacency. In one tragic case, an experienced operator was killed when the excavator tipped over while working on a slope. The investigation determined that the operator had become complacent and had not taken the necessary precautions to stabilize the machine on the uneven terrain. This heartbreaking incident serves as a stark reminder that no one is immune to accidents. We must all remain vigilant and never become complacent, no matter how experienced we are. By learning from these past accidents and near misses, we can identify potential hazards, improve safety protocols, and prevent similar incidents from happening again. Remember, safety is a journey, not a destination. We must always strive to learn and improve.
So, there you have it. A crash course in excavator-mounted hydraulic vibratory hammer safety, brought to you by a guy who's seen his fair share of dirty jobs. We've covered a lot of ground, from pre-operation prep to post-operation debriefs, from the importance of PPE to the critical role of communication. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from all this, it's this. Safety is not just a set of rules or procedures, it's a mindset. It's about looking out for yourself and your coworkers, about never cutting corners, and about speaking up when you see something unsafe. Remember, those excavators and hammers are powerful tools, but they're only as safe as the people operating them. So let's all do our part to create a work environment where everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, that's what really matters.